Whoa! This lobby is laden with loudness.
Hi, Michael. Michael, I knew I smelled a dozen long-stemmed roses. What did you call those things again? Roses?
Joanna, I give you flowers.
I wouldn't call a packet of burpee seeds romantic.
Boy, there is no pleasing.
Anyway, this is my way of saying that due to a pile of paperwork, I have to press the pause button on our lunch date.
Michael, you're a producer. Lunch is what you do.
Try telling it to that tyrant Nancy. She's turning the station into a sweatshop.
I thought the new station owner was a man.
He is. She's the gopher.
You're afraid of the office help?
Jiminy Cricket, Steph. She's bossy and she's whiny. She complains about every little thing. Thank goodness I have you to come home to.
You've been blessed.
Why don't you plop these posies in Perrier while I jump on the blab wagon with Dick?
Snip the ends. Fill the vase. Change water often. Oh, Joanna, you're so lucky you never get flowers. I've been blessed, too.
Dick, I don't know how to handle this gopher from hell. She's already trying to sabotage Vermont today by quibbling over next week's guest.
You mean J.D. Salinger?
Sure. I mean, that's who you'd be stuck with if Hipperheads hadn't prevailed.
Who did I get, Michael?
The amazing Earl.
Don't tell me. A fortune teller?
Pshaw, Joanna. Anyone can predict the future. The amazing Earl predicts the past with 90% accuracy.
There's got to be a trick.
He was just a normal guy. Last year, a brick fell on his head, and he predicted the Beatles would break up.
Are you talking about the amazing Earl? Yesterday at the town square, he predicted we'd have a man on the moon by 1970.
Hi, I'm Larry. This is my brother Darryl, and this is my other brother Darryl.
Can o' history?
We're collecting artifacts for our time capsule. Darryl here feels that George, as a member of the town's oldest and nearly extinct family, should be the first to contribute.
It's kind of hard to turn down an offer like that, George.
How about my hammer? My dad gave it to me, and his dad got it at Sears.
Sears.
Here, Larry. See if those future folk can keep up with a day in my life.
Wow. Power breakfast, brunch, late lunch, high tea, cocktails, dinner. Well, no need for a Snickers to tide you over.
Harris, I'm still waiting for those requisition forms.
Nancy, let up. I realize this is your first job in television, so let's review the chain of command. You're a gopher, which puts you right about here. And I'm a producer, which puts me right about here. And it would take you roughly a bazillion promotions just to look me in the belt.
In the time it took you to say all that, you could have done those requisitions. Well, Paul and Bud. On another coffee break, boys?
What if we are?
I sure hope no one squeals to the new station owner.
I'm telling you, Mike, if it were up to me, she'd have a size 12 boot mark on her behind. You know, Mike, we could get rid of her. I mean, just between you, me, the Walls, and Bud, who runs this station?
Well, Natch, that would be yours truly.
Oh, with us behind you, we could send that pushy pest packing and have her pounding the pavement by the PM.
Perfectly put, Paul, but practical?
She's not PIV material, Mike. I wouldn't be surprised if she sleeps around.
The harlot!
Strike while the iron is hot. Oh, Sue, would you be so kind as to ask Mr. Gorski to step into Mr. Harris's office? Thank you. Now we all together on this? Bud?
I hear she sleeps around.
Mike?
Are you sure we shouldn't let this notion do one more lap around our noggins?
Pretty noble, considering how she ragged on your last haircut.
She criticized my coif?
What is it, Michael?
Mr. Gorski, we have a problem. I'm afraid that gopher's getting a little too big for her Nancy pants.
Oh, go on.
Well, she's disruptive, she's bossy, And as far as her taste in hairstyles...
Michael says she sleeps around.
Oh. Well, I'm afraid all my instincts cry, nix this nudnik.
Well, I certainly admire your courage and conviction to take a stand like this. Against my daughter, who is my single purpose in living.
A beautiful girl.
Precious.
Isn't she, though?
Now, you've spoken your heart, and I've listened. Now get the hell out of here.
Good job, Mikey.
Hi. We're here to give you a time capsule update with a hearty thank you for the generous donation of your penny loafers.
Penny loafers? You gave them my lucky shoes?
Honey, they were old and worn.
Great. Now what am I supposed to wear with my lucky socks?
Well, I made a sacrifice, too. I gave them my lavender scarf.
The one I gave you for your birthday?
Oops. I'll go upstairs and ram a spike through my tongue.
You know, while Darryl was digging, he stumbled across quite a find. Which reminds me, would you care to join us tonight in a rousing game of Guess the Carcass? It's more fun with teams.
You don't have to tell me.
Miss Stephanie, may I say that your artifact was the most popular, at least with Darryl?
Oh, Larry, of course you may.
What did you donate?
An authentic, one-of-a-kind Stephanie Vanderkillen lip print on tissue paper.
Come on, Darryl. Let's go grease up for Guess the Carcass.
Crank out the congrats. Nancy and I are no longer nose to nose on the same grindstone.
Oh, I'm surprised. I thought she'd last.
Actually, Dick, she did. The axe fell right about here.
Crawl back, Michael. Crawl like you've never crawled before.
No can do, Steph. I bad-yacked the boss's youngling.
Nancy is Gorski's daughter?
Curse those executive loins of his.
Michael, you're upsetting the delicate balance between a high-income job and a showpiece girlfriend.
Cupcake, I was at that dead-end job too long. Stagnation may be all right for someone like Dick, but... I need more upwardly in my mobile.
I feel a worry wrinkle coming on.
Unknit that brow, Steph. This is just the jump start I need. In fact, tonight we celebrate my availability. How about it, Dick? Open invite.
Oh, I'm afraid I gotta grease up for Guess the Carcass.
Well, Mr. X, anyone who can type 20 words a minute will always have a job in this town. Now, report to reader in job placement for your assignment. There. Michael Harris?
In the skin?
I'm Dottie Stansbury. Now, what sort of job are you looking for?
Well, I'm not picky. What do you have in the mucho mula range with perks aplenty?
No, I mean, what field are you in? What skills do you have?
I look incredible in earth tones. I can schmooze with the best, and I'm the king of the cowtown.
Oh, you must be in television.
Bingus.
Rita! Yes, Dottie? Mr. Harris is in television. Do we have anything for him? Something preferably in the Mucha Mula range with perks aplenty.
What a lucky day. WPIV needs a producer. Oh, fiddlesticks, I just remembered. I sent that nice Mr. X over there. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, we have an opening for a waiter.
Sorry, not my table.
Oh, they need a checker at Menke's Grocery.
Excuse me, I don't see any blue in this collar.
Did you say you wanted something in the Mucho Mula range?
Welcome to my neighborhood.
Where all your meals would be paid for, even those you eat at home?
Company car?
Of course, and a house.
Jinkies!
And you'd have no responsibilities whatsoever.
Sounds too good to be true.
And why do you think that is?
Because a lot of jobs don't come with houses?
No, Mr. Harris, because I was making it up. There is no job.
No job?
This employment agency only services the real world. Now, as far as I can see, you have no skills, and you have only ridiculous expectations. I'm afraid in this town that makes you virtually unemployable.
Hi, everybody.
Something wrong, George?
My hammer. It's 6 feet under, gone forever.
George, you have other hammers.
Yeah, they're not the same as Old Blue.
Michael?
Whoa, Dick. Page out of Ripley's. What are you doing here?
Joanna buried my penny loafers. What are you doing here?
Why, the third degree, Dick?
I just thought it was kind of odd, you know, seeing you at a discount shoe store.
Last time I checked, browsing for Buster Browns was still legal.
All right, Harris. Break is over. Back to work.
Michael, you work here?
Promise you'll never tell another human being you saw me here?
Sure.
Blood buddy, promise?
Do you work here?
No, he does.
A little louder, Dick. There's someone across the street who didn't hear you.
Good afternoon, madam. May I show you something from our collection of fine vinyl?
Steph's gonna think I'm a failure.
Michael, there's nothing wrong with working in a shoe store. What are you, the manager?
My official title is Junior Apprentice Shoe Stocker.
You the new apprentice?
No, that would be him.
So you're the guy that got my old job. Look, mister, if you need anyone to show you the ropes, call on me. The name's Timmy. Oh, it's okay, mister. I cried too my first day.
Sit down, Dick. Pretend you're buying shoes.
I am buying shoes.
Perfect. 4 days ago, I was Michael Harris, TV wonderkind. Now, look at me. I'm touching people's feet. Wow, narrow dogs, Dick.
Maybe you'll learn something about yourself.
Really, Dick, can't we crank the dimmer switch on that bright side? I want to be Michael Harris again.
You didn't stop being Michael Harris just because you lost your job.
Wake up, Dick. I push pumps.
Michael, you may have slipped a few rungs on that ladder of success, but you're still on that ladder. The important thing is to give it all you've got and take some pride in what you do.
I don't know, Dick. Timmy left some pretty big shoes to fill.
Timmy may be good, but you could be better. I mean, try selling shoes the Michael Harris way.
Right. The Michael Harris way. Here, Dick. Why don't you slip these on for size?
Michael, they're a little tight.
Please, please, Dick, I need to sell bad.
Maybe after a little breaking in, they'll be all right.
Well, you'll be sure to want to buy some of these shoe stretchers.
Michael, I really...
Please, please, Dick. Please. I need to sell bad. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I love this man so much.
He'll be with you in a minute.
Thank you, George. You're very good in an emergency.
I never built an eyeshadow rack before. Did I ever tell you about the time Old Blue and I...
Yes, George.
Hi.
Ready to gaze in wonder at the remnants of simpler times?
Barry, it's only been a week. Time capsule is supposed to be buried for 100 years.
We had to open it early. Daryl put in a library book.
Larry, isn't this silly? Things can hardly change in a week.
Sure they can. For starters, Michael isn't a TV producer anymore. And our friend, that nice Mr. X, is. In comparison, time has been much kinder to your lip print, Miss Stephanie.
Raspberries in the snow. I can't believe I ever wore that shade.
Maybe not in these modern times, but a more archaic Miss Stephanie did. And here we have some kind of primitive pounding device.
Oh, boy.
Must feel good to see old Blue again, huh, George?
Really, Dick, now that I have it back, it sounds kind of dumb to call a hammer Old Blue.
Look, ancient footwear. Evidently worn by some early and narrow-footed townsperson.
Thank God. These new shoes, I was starting to walk like Jerry Lewis.
And my scarf? Oh, what happened? Tomato sauce?
Yes, ma'am. I'm afraid I packed it too close to Daryl's donation, a Domino's pizza.
Here, you keep it. In case you meet a nice girl or something.
Uh-oh. It appears that someone has violated the sanctity of the time capsule for a quick snack. Well, Daryl, just for that, there'll be no going to the fluff and fold for those dry rides.
What's wrong, Stephanie?
Oh, I was just remembering the good old days when Michael had a job. I miss bragging about him.
You know, he's still Michael, whether he's a producer or something lower.
Hello, Steph.
Michael, why are you talking so plain? What's wrong?
Well, I'm a wee bit wary about telling you this, Steph.
You can tell me anything. You know that. Now, whatever it is, can it really be that bad?
I'm so lucky to have someone in my life so understanding.
Get to the point.
All right. Tell her, Dick.
What?
It was your idea.
What was your idea?
To tell Stephanie that Michael is working in a shoe store.
I guess this is goodbye, Steph.
Goodbye, Michael!
Wait a minute. This is crazy. You can't break up with someone just because they're working in a discount shoe store.
I thought of faking my own death, Muffin. Dick put jerky ideas in my head about being proud of myself no matter what I do.
He would say something like that.
Well, Dick, if you're through slapping a condemned sign on my heart, I'll be going.
I'll miss you, Michael.
I'll miss you too, Steph.
Wait. That's it? I mean, you give up so easily?
Oh, come on, Dick. I could never respect someone who dates a stock boy.
But, I mean, you've been going together for 5 years. You can't give up that easily.
What difference does it make how long we've been linked? I'm a shoe man.
Wait, don't go. I think Dick finally said something that makes sense.
Law of averages.
And it had something to do with us?
Yes. Bear with me for a minute. Doesn't this all remind you of that sappy Christmas movie you like so much?
Silent Night, Deadly Night?
No, that other one, where all those horrible things happened to that poor banker.
It's a Wonderful Life.
That's it. And no matter how bad it got, that brave and lovely woman stood right by his side. And in the end, all these people came over and gave him big piles of cash.
Yeah, I love that ending. Stephanie, are you saying you'd be willing to consider being the brave and lovely cupcake by my side?
I think I could play that. You could be my Jimmy Stewart, and I'll be your Michelle Pfeiffer.
Wasn't that Donna Reed?
Not my version.
Then we still have a chance?
Lean on me, Michael. Somehow I'll find the strength to get us through these very troubled and hopefully temporary times.
Jeepers, creepers, cuppers, it is a wonderful life.
Well, what is it they say whenever 2 dumbbells ring? An angel gets his wings?
Hi, this is George Jefferson. Wheezy, get ready, honey.
Don't you wheezy honey me.
We're coming up next on Nick at Night.
Meow.
Stephanie, what are you doing? I'm dusting magazines, Joanna.
Well, maybe when you're done here, you want to dust the want-ads.
Hi-ho, Stratfordites. What's uppers, cuppers?
Dick won't let me read. He's squelching my thirst for knowledge.
For shame, Dick. There's so much to be learned from Victoria Principal.
You here for breakfast again?
No time. I've got to shuffle off to the shoe shop. We're setting up for our big buy a thong for a song sale.
Oh, Michael, I packed you a special lunch. But don't think they'll all be this fancy.
Yummers, Steph. A cheese sandwich and a box of raisins.
I unwrapped the cheese and everything.
Well, that'll certainly cut down on your flossing time.
You know, when I first got bumped from the station and found myself floundering at the Circus of Shoes, I thought for sure I'd get the cupcake kiss-off.
That's where the smart money was.
Instead, I got a kind word and a shoulder pad to cry on. She's been just the support system this occupational outcast needs.
Get going, Michael, or you'll blow this job, too.
Radio.
Hello? Can I help you? No, thank you.
Feel free to wander around aimlessly.
This place could use a good cleaning.
What do you want from her? Poor thing had to pack a lunch.
Before you go, would you mind telling us who you were?
Madeline Stone. I used to live here in the 60s. I worked for Mr. McMahon.
Who's this McMahon man, ma'am?
He owned the Stratford back then. He had to sell it after the archery mishap.
Oh, how he loved his high-powered crossbow. Oh, how he loved his tequila shooters.
What exactly did you do here, besides criticize?
I was the maid. Oh, the hours and hours I spent dusting. Apparently, I'm irreplaceable.
Michael, say something.
Okay. Nice pumps. Thanks for the cheddar, Chiquita. Ciao.
I'm Joanna Loudon. This is my husband, Dick, and this is our maid, Stephanie Vanderkellen.
What? Where's your uniform?
Pardon me, Hazel.
We've come a long way, baby.
Since you were here at the Stratford 25 years ago, you must remember our handyman, George Utton.
Oh, then he's still here. I'll never forget those big, bushy sideburns. And the way his overalls used to cling to that lean physique.
That's George, all right.
Madeline?
Hello, Brick.
Brick? Is it really you?
I've come back, Brick, with my answer. And it's yes.
Wow! Did you hear that? She said yes. Oh, happy day.
What was the question?
On this very spot, 25 years ago, this strapping young buck dropped to one knee and proposed.
It took you a quarter of a century to come up with yes?
Well, I didn't want to rush into anything. After all, what does a young girl of 32 know about marriage?
George, how come you never told us about this before?
I didn't want to jinx it.
Sorry I'm late. I overslept. That's okay, Stephanie. It was Michael's fault. Last night he rented Attack of the Puppet People, and afterwards he was too terrified to sleep.
I'm the same way with Benji the Hunted.
He was so jittery, I had to go over there to calm him down. He swore he heard Sherry Lewis and Lamb Chop in his closet.
Here you go, just like I used to make every day for Mr. McMahon.
Madeline, you don't have to cook for us. You're a guest.
Oh, force of habit.
Did this every day, huh?
Well, thanks for taking over on such short notice, but I'm sure the kitchen's a mess, so I'll go clean up while you rest your old retired bones.
That's not necessary. I clean as I go.
Yeah, good. That leaves me more time to polish the silver, which next to scraping the oven is my favorite thing to do.
Mine, too. Let's go put some elbow grease into that silver.
Whee! Joanna, where's the silver polish?
Ask Madeline. She was probably the last one to use it.
Morning, Dick, Joanna.
Hi, George.
Wow, Madeline made her pancakes. This sure brings me back. I can almost see Mr. McMahon himself looking up at me from under this very table.
I can sprawl out on the floor if you want, George.
No, it wouldn't be the same. Besides, you only put syrup on your pancakes.
What did Mr. McMahon put on his?
Anything that caught fire. Ah, those were the days. Madeline was the most beautiful girl in the county, and I was her lean, mean, fixin' machine.
I'm surprised you ever got any work done.
Well, Mr. McMahon had a rule about his employees fraternizing. So at night, we'd sneak out, hop in the old pickup, and drive over to that lake by Johnny Cake Ridge.
Ooh, I heard that was quite the hot spot for young lovers.
Oh, yeah. Didn't we know it? We'd sit in the truck and watch them neck for hours. Then we'd go home.
Sounds like you were crazy about each other.
George, Madeline doesn't really expect you to marry her, does she?
Of course she does. She's been saving herself for me. I just hope I have the stamina to survive the unleashing of 25 years of pent-up fantasies.
George, do me a favor when you do your unleashing. Will you make sure the radio's on?
George, you know you asked for her hand a long time ago. You don't have to go through with this.
Well, how would it look if I backed out now?
You know, George, I think there's a statute of limitations on marriage proposals.
Well, maybe you're right, Dick. You know, you're a lot easier to talk to than Mr. McMahon. And you don't keep breaking into choruses of show me the way to go home.
Oh, Brick, you haven't forgotten how to show a girl a good time.
Well, it's nice when there's no line at the batting cage.
You're such a sentimental old fool taking me up to Johnny Cake Ridge. When did it become the Johnny Cake Cinema 20?
About a year after the Johnny Cake Mall went in.
You know, this is not the first time I've been to your room.
It's not?
I put you to bed the night Mr. McMahon made you eat all those rum balls.
I had to. The safety was off on his crossbow.
For 25 years, I've wondered what might have happened if I'd stayed.
Not much, probably. I was pretty stewed.
You're not stewed tonight, Brick.
I don't know. I have a confession to make.
What is it?
When you left the Stratford, I waited for you, but after about 8 years, I started to have my doubts.
What are you trying to say?
You wouldn't be the first to help buckle my overalls in the morning.
You have a girlfriend?
Oh, no. No, it's just that I haven't been completely faithful.
Oh, is that all? Well, if it makes you feel any better, I've dated a few men. I even married.
What?
His name was Ed, but it was a fleeting relationship. It only lasted 14 years.
So I gather you buckled his overalls a few times.
He didn't wear overalls.
Oh, thank God.
But Ed was nothing like you, George. You're gentle and loving. More like Roy.
Roy?
My second husband.
How many husbands were there?
Just the two. But I needed those marriages to grow, and now that I have, I know that you've always been the only man for me.
What happened to that innocent maid I used to know?
She wasn't ready. But believe me, through both marriages and a couple of meaningless 6 to 8 month stands, all I thought about was you.
You could have phoned.
George, can't we let go of the past? I mean, does it really matter that I have 7 grandchildren?
You're a grandmother?
And I think you'll make a wonderful grandfather.
Gee, I don't know, Maddie. This is a lot to take in.
Well, if you want to call it off, I'll understand.
No. I just need a little time to sort things out. Starting tomorrow.
Greetings, magna cum laudens.
Hi, Michael.
Red Rover, let Steffi come over.
Hi, Michael. You'll have to unwrap the cheese yourself. The old maid's trying to cook and clean her way into my job.
No comprendo, Stefo. Why would she want to stage a major kitchen coup?
I don't know, but I'm scared. She's been kissing up to Dick and Joanna like crazy.
Well, she can pucker till she's tuckered, but you'll never be kicked out of the cockles of their corazones.
Oh, Michael, I thought I heard you out here. Last night I packed you a nice homemade lunch. Cold pasta salad in a zippy pesto sauce, chilled tomatoes and snap peas in a dill vinaigrette and a flaky crescent roll. Oh, and a box of raisins.
Oh, that's original.
Wowzers. You did this all for me? Thanks. I'm more of a processed cheese man myself.
It'll be in the fridge if you change your mind. Well, I've got work to do.
Not as much as I've got. Michael.
Well, as we blandly say in the shoe business, have a nice day.
Seem pretty chipper, George.
We don't need any locker room cracks, Dick. Just because I'm chipper doesn't mean anything unusual went on in my room last night.
No, I just meant that you seem happy.
Stop grilling me. I'm over 21, you know.
George, you're over 51.
You wouldn't know it from last night.
Pancakes fresh off the griddle.
I made some too.
Well, they both look delicious, but since Madeline's are closer.
Can I get anyone anything before I run upstairs and vacuum? Juice, more coffee, another cigarette?
Madeline, why don't you sit down and join us? Stephanie can do the upstairs.
Joanna, I love this. It brings back so many fond memories.
Dibs on the vacuum.
Excuse me, I have to see this.
What about breakfast?
I can always eat.
Well, I'd better keep these warm. I'm pretty good at keeping things warm.
Dick, now that the girls have gone, I've got this problem.
Think about baseball, George.
Okay. Anyway, last night I told Madeline I needed time to think, and then a funny thing happened.
Was that during A Taste of Honey or Wichita lineman?
I don't remember. Dick, she told me she had 2 husbands. She said they were both mistakes, and all the while she was only thinking of me. What should I do, Dick? Should I still marry her?
Well, George, you obviously get along, and you both like to listen to the same music. I don't know, you aren't getting any younger, George. Maybe it's time you started thinking about settling down.
Fonzie never settled down.
George, Fonzie was only in his late 40s.
Afternoon, Madeline.
Rick!
These are for you. They're flowers.
Thank you. Isn't that the suit you used to wear to watch Bishop Fulton Sheen?
Yep. It's also the suit I wore when I popped the question 25 years ago.
Oh, Rick.
Madeline, back then we were just a couple of crazy mixed-up kids. Now, maybe we can do this right.
Oh, I can't believe this is happening. I can feel my heart pounding.
I may only be a simple handyman, but I know with you by my side, I'll be a simple handyman with a wife. Will you marry me?
Oh, Rick, that was beautiful. I think I'm going to cry.
Help me out.
You're taking my breath away. I don't know what to say, except I'll need some time to think about it.
What?
Seeing you again has brought back so many emotions. The lust, the passion, the doubts, the fears. I don't know if I can answer this with a simple yes or no.
Well, why the hell not?
This decision is too important to rush into.
Well, this is getting silly.
Please understand, I don't want you to end up being another Ed or Roy or Phil.
Who's Phil?
Well, annulments aren't even worth talking about. George, what we have is so special. That's why when I marry you, it's going to be for keeps.
Well, how much time do you think you'll need?
Well, not as much as before. A week, 10 years tops.
Will you be marrying anyone else while you're thinking?
Who can predict these things?
Then this is goodbye again?
George, spending this precious time with you has been just about the most wonderful thing to happen to me in a long, long time. And last night, well, whenever I hear blame it on the bossa nova, no matter who I'm with, I'll think of you.
So you took Madeline to the station?
Yeah. We missed her train by a few minutes, but there was another one along pretty quick.
George, I'm sorry about the way, things turned out.
Well, it was my own fault for driving too slow.
No, George, not the train, that Madeline turned you down.
She didn't exactly turn me down, Dick. She just needs a week to 10 years to mull things over. There's a big difference.
I suppose.
Till then, I've got the best of both worlds. I'll always know there's someone out there thinking of me, and at the same time, I don't have to curb my wild bachelor lifestyle.
Some men aren't meant to be tamed, George.
Ah, the Stratford innkeep with his Stratford upkeep.
Michael.
Here's your lunch, Michael. Red Cornish game hen radicchio salad with sun-dried tomatoes, a selection of imported cheeses, and a box of raisins.
Thanks, Steph. I really don't know.
No time to talk. I'm waxing behind the refrigerator.
Well, I better go tell Stephanie that Madeline is gone.